Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Ristolainen can play goal.
Yeah,
And a couple good saves. It takes a set of stones to stand in there and try and block it with your upper body.
I mean, he blocked one of those with his chest, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else there.
Yeah, there's not much of a chest protector that players wear.
No. I mean, it's a little padding there, but not enough to stop a puck.
Yeah, nothing I'd be comfortable standing in front of. That's for sure. All right, everybody on the stream.
Yep.
Oh, feels like Groundhog Day.
It really does, doesn't it? It's strange. Like,
all right, here we go with our radio audience. We'll pick them up. I guess I can turn off the video cast. All right, here we go. And welcome to the Flyers post-game show as they fall to the New York Rangers. 4-1 your final. Flyers have now lost a 7th straight game, the longest streak under head coach Alain Vigneault, and just didn't have enough push in that third period. And Brian, really that power play that started the period, unable to get a goal there, and that gave the Rangers a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence, and then he kind of rode it through the period. Yeah,
and even the late power play they had too on the Fox delay game penalty. I mean, you're watching it and it's like they got the right ideas, but like the puck just isn't moving fast enough. It's not quick, crisp, boom, 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 boom. It's just kind of like zip, zip. It's just not not anything that's gonna get past a good team like the Rangers in the penalty kill. So it's unfortunate, but like I think you said, and I know Timmy said it, there were some signs of life in this game that make you hope that they might be ready to break out of this come this weekend. This is an interesting weekend set. It's an unusual one, back-to-back home games. They don't normally do that, but they have two very tough teams coming in, and I'm pretty sure for Colorado, it's also the second half of a back-to-back. I'm not sure where they're coming from. But it is just kind of a hope. It gives you a little hope, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You see some of the things they did tonight, especially in that second period, and you just hope that they're getting close to breaking out of this.
Yeah, the games are on Sunday and Monday. I know Tim said at the end, I think he just misspoke and said it was on Saturday. The Wings will be playing on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought this was a Saturday. I thought this was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday set for 2 months until the other day. One of those things, we don't know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, and they're about to start a very, a lot of games in a small stretch as well. Colorado, well, first of all, Tampa on Sunday at Wells Fargo at 6:00. And then Monday against Colorado, that's the back-to-back. And I'm looking at Colorado's schedule. They're going to be coming out of Ottawa on Saturday night. So they're not in a back-to-back. Okay. Colorado is not, but they're coming from Ottawa. So, okay. Yeah. But it's back-to-back.
I got a memo that they need to dry their equipment in our studio. That's the only reason I thought they were coming on a back-to-back.
Oh, well, the studio.
They're moving in and they can't get into the NHL room yet, so they got to use our rooms.
Yeah. So that'll be dumped off in there. Yeah. So it'll be Tampa Sunday, Colorado Monday, Wednesday at New Jersey, Friday at Vegas, Saturday at Arizona. So there's 5 games there in short order. But this game, they were outshot in the third 8-7. But by way of a 16-5 shot disparity, which they held in the second period, they ended up out shooting the Rangers 34-28. And when you look at, it's amazing. After that first period, Brian, they really got a lot of high danger chances in the middle of the ice. Just couldn't get much past Igor Shesterkin. He was good in the game.
Yeah, he's been good all year, and we kind of knew going into this game that he was going to be a challenge, and he's played just as well as he has been this whole season. He is probably if not the biggest, one of the top 3 reasons the Rangers have had the start that they've had. So, now that they've got a few looks at him, you got to come up with ways to beat him. That's all there is to it. And I think the kind of goal the Flyers did score in this game is how you do it. You just got to get traffic in his kitchen and try to but even in a couple of times when they did have just haphazard things going on, he was able to keep it out. He got some help from the crossbar at one point, but he's developing into a good goaltender, which unfortunately is probably not good news for the rest of the division.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good young goaltenders. Carter Hart actually played really well in the game too for the Flyers. He made some unbelievable saves, like a terrific save on a Timmy Panarin in the third period to keep them with the possibility of being able to rally back. It didn't happen, obviously, but a well goaltended game at both ends of the ice. And this game would have been one of those games that you go, okay, that's effort, and he came up against a hot goaltender. The only difference is this is now 7 straight losses. That's the difference really here.
And
that's
not only just the 7 straight losses for me, but the 17 games now with with such little offense. It's I don't know what the average is. It was a 1.93 going in over 16 games. Now another 1 goal game tonight. So it's just gonna tick downward a little bit. That's the concern for me more so than the 0-5-2. I think those runs are going to happen, but the Flyers had been having offensive problems for 9 games before this streak even started. So it's solving both of those issues.
Yeah, and you look at this game too, and you lose Joel Farabee in the game with the shoulder injury, presumably the shoulder injury, upper body injury. He only played in the game, Bri, just over 3 minutes. I mean, he loses an edge. This isn't really a contact play or any kind of body to body contact. He just loses an edge, slides underneath a guy. He played 2 minutes and 59 seconds, as a matter of fact, and now with an injury with a guy that's been your best goal scorer, 3 goals in the last 3 games prior to tonight.
When you really look at the luck that the Flyers have had in that regard, it's it is
bad luck,
kind of unfortunate. It's and it's worse with the Phantoms too, and that's kind of what I was wondering. All right, if Farabee's out, who's the next man up? I'm not even sure. I mean, Tyson Forster might have been the next man up, but he's going to be out possibly for the season. Same thing, shoulder
5 months.
So it really is kind of unfortunate the way and for it to happen like that. I mean, I get it when you get stuck in the corner and you are mucking and grinding for a puck and something happens and you get up and you get hit or whatever. He lost an edge. He fell down, and he fell down just at the exact wrong time. Unfortunately, Keandre Miller fell down with them and made it a little bit worse. I think when the momentum brought them together along the boards. So it does remind me a little bit of what happened to Morgan Frost at the start of the season a couple of years ago. When he's in the second game of the season and boom, he's done. So you hope it's not too serious. It's rarely good when you see. Somebody skate off like that. My only hope for a better outcome is the fact that he tried to come back. He tried to play another shift.
Yeah,
so
and maybe it was just too uncomfortable.
That it's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, and you hate to see it because Joel went through a drought of scoring and was just gaining his touch back with goals in 3 straight games, that beautiful shorthanded goal. And now he may be dealing with an injury as well. Let's let our radio audience go. Let's thank a few people on the radio side before we get out of here. We'll stay on the stream and Flyers 24/7 with the post-game analysis. We start with our in-studio engineer. That would be Ryan Shuttlesworth. Our audio engineer is Chris Ashcraft, the Pancake Man. For Tim Saunders and Steve Coates, Flyers hockey on the BetRivers.com Flyers broadcast network. Thanks, Rye.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Now we can start cursing because we are not guided by the FCC. As soon as I get my ear in, there we go. All right. Good times. So Sunday will be on the Fanatic, and
Back on MMR.
Monday will be on MMR. You listed it in your email as Sunday on the Fanatic and Saturday on MMR for Colorado.
I was
We're losing our.
It's probably copying and pasting something. It was, again, it's not normal. I could understand almost a Friday, Saturday back to back, but it was when I found out it was Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, Sunday back to back. When I found out it was Sunday, Monday, it's like, what in the world? But it gives us an extra night to get ready for the Wings. So,
yeah, it's kind of weird to have a Sunday, Monday back to back.
Yeah,
I don't ever recall that in my considerable tenure.
I don't know if it had something to do with. It wouldn't have had anything to do with the Wings. They get the dates that are left. So, it must have had something to do with the travel schedule for those other two teams. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, maybe because Colorado's coming. Well, Colorado's coming from Canada and customs, and I don't know. Who knows how they spit out that algorithm?
I am really worried that this is going to become a problem pretty soon with this virus, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, well, we have no control of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who they would call up here, Bry, if Farabee's out. I guess bottom 6 role on a third line on the wing.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know that you have much of a choice, do you?
Well, you froze, and I didn't hear the name that you said.
Max Willman.
Yeah, I mean that'd probably be the path of least resistance there. I am trying to bring up the Phantom stats right now, see who's doing what. The internet is not our friend tonight. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they want us to stream tonight. I don't know what the deal is. Like, it looks on my computer like I have a good signal, and then I just keep freezing like every 3 seconds, and I like purged everything on my computer, cleared my cache and everything. I don't know.
That's I finally got through to the AHL website, and I'm on the wrong season. We can fix that. The thing is,
Linus Sandin, is that a possibility?
Yeah, that could be.
He's an older guy.
What the heck? Why am I on the CCM website now?
What are you at my house?
Yeah, I mean, he. It might be a time to take a look at what he's got. Why not? You want to, like Brent Flair was saying, you want to avoid putting a guy on a yo-yo.
Yeah.
They do have Jerry Mayhew. He's on an NHL deal, so that's a possibility. He's one of 3 players with 10 points. He's got 7 goals right now. Do you how long do you wait before you give Igor Zamula another look? He's up there. You got a couple of options, but again, when you look at this, list. Some of these guys that are up there for Lehigh Valley aren't on NHL contracts. I'm not sure, but I don't think Garrett Wilson is, and I'm almost positive Cal O'Reilly is not.
You could call them emergency conditions, couldn't you?
I think they have to be on. You could sign them to a PTO or some.
You'd have to sign them to an NHL contract, and they'd have to.
Yeah, they're not on NHL deals at all.
But they'd have to clear waivers too.
Yeah, I think so to sign that. So some of the guys you'd want to see get a shot aren't putting up the numbers. I mean,
what's Isaac Ratcliffe's numbers look like?
Isaac Ratcliffe, 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points in 17 games. Same exact numbers for German Rubtsov.
All right, they'll fit right in here.
Yeah. Linus Sandin, Linus must be hurt. He's only played in 2 games.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on there.
This is banana.
Yeah. The other Linus Hogberg, 2 assists, and he's.
I don't know. I don't even know who you call.
But yeah, I mean, there's a few guys down there you could grab. You could just bring Willman back since he's familiar with the team. Obviously, you can bring him back. He's got 8 goals down there.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Yeah, if you wanted to, if you get to the point where you got to start bringing other people up, then you're looking at Mayhew, Zamula, guys like that. So
maybe they bring Willman back up and they put him on the 4th line and they move McEwen up to the 3rd line.
Could be, yeah. He Coatsy got his wish in the 3rd period, right?
Mm-hmm.
He playing up there with Couturier and them. I didn't see exactly how he did, but You know, I do think that you're onto
Yeah, I
something
don't know.
though
I
with
don't even know what they're going to do.
I do think you're onto something with AV occasionally listening to the radio broadcast, right?
Well, the other thing too, he started him on the third line a couple games ago.
Oh
So
yeah. But Coates's been wanting to move up further last couple of weeks, and I think in the third period he finally was.
well, I think Coates's getting a lot out of control.
Well, he played a lot of games without a helmet, you know.
Yes, he did, and looks it. So I mean, this stretch of games. Let's look at real quick at this stretch, and because we just talked about in the pregame show tonight that the teams that they're playing in the next 3 games, that was. Let's look at this clump of games. I guess it's 5 games. Am I still freezing?
Just a little bit.
Probably.
Every now and then you freeze, and I
So
make the
okay.
same face you're making.
All right. So Tampa is 12-5-4. They're 6-2-2 now in their last 10. Colorado. McKinnon's coming back tonight, apparently. And Colorado is 11-6-1 through 18 games, 7-2-1 in their last 10. After Colorado, it is New Jersey, who we just saw, and they are 9-7-4. They are 4-4-2 in their last 10. They get off that many had thought they would be off to this season. But Vegas on the year 12-9-0, 24 points in 21 games, or 6-4. And then after Vegas, they go to Arizona, who just stinks out loud. 5-16-2, 12 points, minus 40 goal differential, 4-5-1.
But Shane Gostisbehere is doing so well that we shouldn't have traded him, huh?
I mean, come on. I saw that tweet from Carchidi. What he, Sam, it like on the surface, you go, okay, you're right. But
on the surface,
when you can, when you consider that the Flyers waived Ghost last season, nobody took him. They offered him around the league after the season. Nobody wanted to trade for him. They exposed him in the expansion draft. The Flyers had to pay somebody to take him off their hands. He's having a great offensive season. It's never been about offense with Shane. It's that
right.
In the defensive zone, it's like playing 5-on-4. He is a horrid defender. Not bad, horrid. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter. So sometimes you have to do what Mikey Miss used to call second level thinking. Right. You can't just look at the numbers on the page.
Mm-hmm.
So good on him though. He's having a good offensive year.
Yeah. He's last I checked, he was involved in half their goals.
Yeah,
which to me is a different.
He's still a
problem.
minus player, isn't he?
He's got to be. I don't know how anybody on Arizona couldn't be a minus player right now. We all Google things at the same time.
Sitting right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things with when you're trying to change the nature of your team, you can't, if you want to try to mix up the defense or do something different, overall, you can't just do it with the same players,
No.
And I like you said, I highly doubt that the first thing that Chuck Fletcher said is, let me see how much I can pay to get rid of St. Gostisbehere.
Yeah.
It comes after a long time of trying to get things back. So,
yeah. And look, and if he's playing that great, then somebody will deal for him at the deadline.
Right. Absolutely.
All that said, and how much I just ripped him, I have him in fantasy, and he's active for me.
16 points -1.
Yeah. And 5 points on the power play.
Jacob Chikrin, 7 points, -25.
That's
Through
incredible.
23 games.
He's a good player too.
That's got to be a record.
Well, the other one that people point out is Jake. Now in Columbus is off to a very good statistical start.
Sure.
But I never had a problem with Jake.
Oh,
a lot of Flyer fans did, because sometimes fans value scoring more than anything. And Jake's not a scorer; he's a playmaker. But on the season, he's got 18 points in 20 games, a goal, and 17 assists.
17 of them are assists. He'd have similar numbers here, I think.
By the way, he's got 10 points on the power play, though. That goal came on the power play and 9 power play assists.
You know, he is looks like Boone Jenner's taken over there as the goal scorer. You know, the only, you know, through 6 games, that trade was working great for both teams, and then, you know, Cam Atkinson has cooled off a little bit. I don't think that it's permanent. I think he's coming back at some point. And then that trade again will look, like we said all along, as a good trade for both teams. You know, you can't have it both ways. You know, you can't have him here making assists and get the player coming here to score the goals. But you know, he's a
God, my internet stinks.
I don't have the numbers here. He's a whopping 15% on the power on the face-offs.
Well, Jake is a 2.9 shooting percentage. He's like the opposite of Chris Kreider.
Right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
2.9%. Wow. All right, let's wrap it up because my internet stinks. It just keeps freezing.
All righty.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the podcast. Everybody check out Flyers Daily.
I need to emphasize one more time for those
6
of you.
o'clock.
6 o'clock, yes. Don't show up at 7. And if you're looking for something to do Saturday, we got probably a pretty good lacrosse game on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Yes, and they have pretty good PA announcer as well.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Who's filling in for me? All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Try and keep your sanity.
Yep.
And we'll bring you pregame activities coming up
not a
Sunday.
Yep.
Yes. It feels like both right now.
Right now, everybody, it feels like a middle distance run at the moment, but we'll see.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Appreciate it. All right. Let me hit end broadcast. See if that works.